What's going on, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between? Welcome back to our advanced advanced weapon overview part 6. I believe we're in now. It is the hunting horn, which, yes, you might think it's more of a support weapon, but this weapon might just surprise you. Some people actually use it as solo players, and it might surprise you. So let's get into it. We'll get some explaining done. We're also gonna try to figure this weapon out a little bit. Let's get into it, guys. All right, guys, so the hunting horn. At first, you would think it's more of just only support. You're not gonna really want to be able to do too much damage with it, but that's where you could be potentially wrong. So hunting horn, especially this one in particular, it lays down an echo bubble, evasion, and movement speed up, but each one is completely different. This is the only one we have access to at the moment, though, because it's a beta and all sorts and stuff like that. But being able to buff yourself with this weapon is extremely nice. You can do attack up, resistance up, and all this other stuff. But just being able to have this weapon in your arsenal, able to support you and your teammates if you have them at the moment, is insane. The unfortunate side is, yeah, I mean, you're not gonna be able to get out an insane amount of damage, but the buffing is insanely nice. Some buffs, you could get stun resistance, you can get elemental resistance ups, you can get damage ups, you can get defenses up, you can get all sorts of special things. Another thing that they added, though, is the echo bubble. So as you can see down there in the little screen right now, he's placing down the echo bubbles, and each time you place one down, it can also lead to more damage, because every time you swing, it will kind of cause those echo bubbles to, well, echo, of course, dealing damage, which could multiply your damage numbers pretty radically and quick, which is honestly insanely cool with the stuff that you can do with this weapon. Is it gonna be like game breaking where everyone's gonna want to use it? No, probably not, but it still is a good weapon in the long run, in my opinion. So we're gonna get out there, we're gonna hunt a little froggy frog, and we're gonna have some fun with this. All right, guys, because I'm also having to learn this myself a little bit, so I might not be the absolute best. I missed out on a turf war. I want to see those. All right, where's the little frog at? Again, hunting horn. So basically you'll do your basic attacks to build up melodies, and not melodies but notes, and each note can lead up to a different thing whenever you actually end up playing the horn, leading to different kind of combinations of potentials that you're gonna want to try to get done with it. This is a unique way to get to stuff. But so right here is underneath the sharpness gauge. You can, let me get a sneak attack off real quick. Something I would probably recommend you always do, but self-improvement, and then you'll do which can lead all to that. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so the way this works is you can tell it gives you combinations, it gets self-improvement for 2 Y attacks, and you can load these up. See, self-improvement attack up, and then it also does a self-improvement up. So this hunting horn has a lot of potential with what it can do. Stop swapping, dude. And then we'll plop down an echo bubble right here. See? I mean, it's not a whole bunch of added damage, but I mean, you can still multiply this shit. need to get you in here, buddy. Come on. And you still have a decent amount of mobility with this weapon too, which is pretty nice. It's not like, as you can tell, like I'm not slowed. I don't quite know what the self-improvement one does fully, but we'll find out more and more. Again, this weapon doesn't do an absolute insane amount of damage. It's just the fact that you are able to get the falling boulder real quick. Oh, that's the wrong side. Do this, and then we'll start doing some damage. Come on, Hakaru, I need some healing done, buddy. Come on, buddy. So, again, this weapon doesn't do an insane amount of damage, but it's the fact that you can able to get all these buffs off, which is insanely nice. And unless I'm mistaken, yeah, so it looks like your buffs also transfer over again, which, I mean, even if you're not using the hunting horn as like your main weapon, it could be a badass secondary weapon because the buffs, again, transfer over. And yes, they may not last forever, but if you can put Horn Maestro on your hunting horn, that's going to create a whole new world. So, it's wrong button. Okay. Let's do this. I gotta heal up real quick. But again, it's really nice to have at least a hunting horn to be able to do all this other stuff. So we're gonna do this. And then it looks like you can choose what you want to start with. So like, I'll start with the Y and right trigger and I'll do the attack up. Then I can lead straight into the self-improvements, which I don't still know exactly what those do. But it's nice to have that because again, it leads over into more damage. Am I gonna say this weapon is beginner friendly, fucking god tier? No, it's not. It has potential to be a fucking amazing support item. But let's get back to base. I will go into more detail and also give it its scoring. All right, so hunting horn, what is there to really say about it? As a weapon by itself, it's not super absolutely god tier amazing, oh my god, game breaking. No, it's support, in my opinion, 100%. It can do some okay damage. It's some blunt damage. It does give you a fucking decent buff at that. Like, my attack is up to 529 now with a small attack boost, which we will check on what that changes in a minute whenever that falls down. But you can also do Horn Maestro, which would increase the duration of it as meaning you can just plop it on and you'll have it on for fucking ages. And then cool, you can call your Sacred, bring it out, you'll load it back up real quick and you can get back into the fight with it and insane amount of damage. So 529 to 503, and that's just a small damage boost from the hunting horn. So that means it's a 26 extra damage, at least for the hunting horn weapon, which is fucking nuts. Dude, does that mean it's like absolutely amazing? That's the only thing you should do? No, I'm not saying that. It's something that I think you can bring as a support weapon, but still use your main if need be, especially if you can get Horn Maestro on, because level 2, it doubles the duration of it. And as you could tell, we had our fucking attack boost up for quite a while. And I mean, yeah, it might only be like, let's say 30 seconds, but if you get double the boost on that, that's for a whole minute of a hunt, which a whole minute on a hunt could actually mean a lot of difference. It's insane. So for the scoring, again, 3 to 15 in 3 different categories of versatility, damage, and how it felt. Versatility, it's not really super versatile with this weapon. You can't block. It's not super great among other things, but you can get a whole bunch of different like song notes to lead into to give different stuff. You can get attack up large, you can get all this other stuff. So versatility along that line, I would give a 4. But if I'm taking in consideration like versatility with combat, I would have to give it like probably still a 4, but more of a support 4 than an attacking 4. One thing that I do want to get out there and say for it is, right now it may not be the absolute best because we're in the beta. We have a very limited choice in what we have, but it's the fact that we still have someone's cat just fall through the world. Okay, is that mine? No. It's the fact that we have it to be able to still do a nice boost of damage and also be able to get that elemental resistance, which is extremely nice as well, because as you know, Monster Hunter games are super elemental based as well. Okay, so on to the next one, which is damage. Damage, it's not all there, so I'm gonna have to give it like, honestly, I'm gonna have to give it like a 3. Yeah, I mean, you can probably do more with it than what I was able to, but like right off the bat, do I think it was great? Not 100% really. I'm trying to figure out what this self-improvement thing does. Is that also an attack boost? Jesus. Okay. But damage, it's not all there because it's mainly used as a supporting item, which can do some great things. So damage, I'm gonna have to give like a 3, but how it felt for someone that's never really used a hunting horn, I think it could combo really well into some other stuff, especially since we have 2 weapons now. So how it felt, I'm gonna give it a 5 for that, honestly. So it's not the absolute worst weapon, especially if you can build into it a little bit better than what I did, of course, than what we're able to right now. But I think it's a very unique weapon. It can do some really cool stuff, and I hope it does in the future. But as of right now, it's just not something I would say use as your main weapon. Again, would I suggest this as a beginner-friendly weapon? Absolutely not, because it's something you have to have knowledge of the game with and just kind of use it to prep and or buff allies. And with that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked, comment, share, subscribe. It helps me out a bunch. Share this with someone who's maybe wanting to be a more support type character for you, or your other buddies that play the game. And other than that, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed, and peace out, my friends. Until next time.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong.